LA. I made some changes to my PC. I wonder if CanOutch will work better now. How much RAM did you download? Hopefully enough.
Oh, hi. Hello. How you doing? My name is Waldo, and I'm here to feel the politics with you. How's everybody doing tonight? I am doing great. Thank you. Yeah, I am running a couple of minutes late tonight. I had a camera malfunction. Every once in a while, you'll turn these webcams on, and it's just dark. It's just black. It's just darkness, and you can kind of see yourself, but not really. So then I had to close the stream software, and then I had to unplug it, replug it to get it back up. But it is here, and it is working now. So, hi. Thanks for coming. Sorry I was late. I suck. I did get the subscription to RAM. You stream it now, premium RAM at ram.com. I pay for a subscription, put that pirate hat on. Yeah, you can't pirate the subscription. They charge your account, and then you have to pay them for more RAM. So maybe Canooch will work. If you want to hear the tech details, sure, let's talk about that. I was playing Marvel Rivals the other day with some nerds, and I got so much lag that I couldn't figure out why. And so I opened up my task manager, looked at my processes and all that fun stuff, looked at the performance monitor, and my hard drive was 100% maxed out, the mechanical hard drive. And I was like, well, that's weird. Why is my mechanical hard drive maxed out when I'm playing this game? I don't have enough RAM. You guys are joking about RAM, but I don't have enough. Apparently, I have four gig sticks because I'm old. And that was a lot when I installed it. But that's not enough to function these days. So my system 32 folder was full. Exactly. So by default, when you don't have enough RAM, your Windows sends all of the other memory progress, all of the things over to the hard drive. And the hard drive is bad at being RAM. That's why it's not RAM. So I readjusted it and changed it so that it goes to the solid state drive rather than the mechanical one. And then that made that game work better. I don't know if this was Canooch's problem. I don't know if this was TTS's problem. It may still have the same problem it always does, as being really, really, really slow. So I'm going to open my task manager right now and look at my performance now that I am up and running and streaming, and see what we look like. I still probably don't have enough RAM. Now my memory is at 77%, and my hard drive is at 4. Now, problem. Why does it take so long to show up? Why does she do that? I don't understand. I don't know what it is about this system that makes this lag. I don't know. But because of that, and the camera thing and everything else, I was a little bit late today. I apologize. Thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up. My graphics card is at 37%. Okay, that's good. That's fine. Ethernet, fine. Hard drive is not over exaggerated, and the E drive isn't doing anything. RAM is still a little bit overdone. KBP said, Happy New Year. Thank you, KBP. With the Happy Joe Biden meme up there, everybody. Every time you cheer, it makes Joe Biden happy. He loves it. Happy New Year. Thanks for being here on, what's the word for it? Copyright Day. Yeah. So every year on January 1st, more things come out of copyright, and you're allowed to use them. Public Domain Day is what you should call it. So this is it's the new year, and it's Public Domain Day. Last year it was a big deal because Mickey Mouse, not all of Mickey Mouse, but Steamboat Willie specifically, became public domain, and that was very fun. And we all saw the silly Steam games about Steamboat Willie and stuff like that come out because you're allowed to use him like that. A couple of years ago, it was Winnie the Pooh, and Winnie the Pooh became public domain and stuff like that. And today, Singing in the Rain became public domain. So you are technically allowed on stream to sing Singing in the Rain. I'm not going to. God, no. I shouldn't sing. I shouldn't ever sing. But you could. I could if I felt like it. You look better with a beard. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Mr. Matthew Cashew. Thank you. That is very nice of you. Yeah, I'm growing it out for the do it. I'm singing in the rain. Just singing in the rain. What a wonderful feeling. I'm happy again. I'm singing in the rain. See? I shouldn't sing. I shouldn't do that. You see? It was horrible. That was horrible. You're only happy when it rains. No, that's not the song, KBP. But yeah, I am planning, hopefully, to go to Emerald City Comic Con as Harry Dubois from Disco Elysium. And so I'm growing out this, and then the day before, I'm growing out all of it, honestly, but the day before Comic Con, I'll just shave off this bit, and then I'll have the big, ugly chops and mustache that attach to it. Let's see if I can find a picture of Harry Dubois. You know what he looks like, but we're going to look at him anyway because he's great. As soon as I find the right buttons. You switched to Twitch. Oh, okay. That's cool. Thank you. Auto DMC not up to date. Now you're banned. I know I might be banned. You're right, Shinsanto. You tricked me. You got me good. Sneezy. Okay. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna try and dress like when I go to Comic-Con. It'll be great. It'll be fun. And so I don't think I can get it quite as long as he has it in the 2 months until it appears, but maybe maybe I can pull it off. So let's see. What are we doing today? Oh yeah. There is a civil war happening over on the right-wing side of the political spectrum because of Elon and Donald Trump fighting. They're having their first couples fight. It happens to all young couples. It's all honeymoon in the first couple of months, but then when they have to live together, they really start to butt heads. They just Elon leaves the cap off of the toothpaste, and Trump leaves the milk out of the fridge. It's a whole thing. But they're having their first little couples fight. I covered this last week as well, but it has gotten better, I think, because Elon changed his name to Kekius Maximus. He's not Elon Musk anymore on X, the Everything app. He is Kekius Maximus now, and so that's very nice. That is very appreciative of him that he would do that. He's distracted from the problem. Anyway, what was the problem? Let's get on track, Waldo. Quit being crazy. Trump makes Musk's money over forgotten Americans of MAGA. Sorry, xenophobes. Sorry, racists. Sucks to be you. Sucks to suck. When elite billionaires go off on Trump's base and effectively call them a bunch of non-skilled racist dopes, guess whose side Trump is on? And my new hobby is watching loyal Donald Trump supporters get thrown under the bus by President-elect Donald Trump. It's exhilarating. The most recent example came when the anti-immigrant MAGA base got in an online derp brawl. A derp brawl. I like that. With Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy over the issue of H-1B visas. Those visas allow highly skilled foreign workers to stay in the United States for up to 6 years under H-1B non-immigrant status. Big tech companies rely on these visas, while big racism people on the internet claim the visas are another example of foreign workers taking jobs from the forgotten men and women of America who Trump promised to protect. Spoiler alert, Trump sided with Musk and the tech bros this weekend because they gave him lots of money, and money is all he actually cares about. Sorry, xenophobes. And this is, I was slightly concerned about how this would play out. Does Trump go with his base, who is racist and wants racist things? He might protect them. He might take their side. Or would he go with Musk because Musk gives him money? He's gone with the money. If Musk goes full Prince with just a symbol, what would it be? We could draw it out, I suppose. It would have to have like an Ethernet cord because he thinks that's the internet. And I don't know. It would have an X in it, obviously. An X with an Ethernet cord all wrapped around it, maybe. That would work, I think. So don't worry, Elon distracted everybody by changing his name to Kekius Maximus and then posting Pepe frogs and Pepe memes. So don't have to worry about this anymore. He's distracted everyone. Gotta have some Doge in there somewhere. Yeah. Maybe, yeah, he would, how do you rearrange the DOGE and the X? You'll shop at KBP will create a thing, and he can put it on the Discord. So Discord, what he'll do is KBP could, or you, if you want to, could create fan art and throw it on that Discord right there. You could create a new symbol for Elon to replace his name, and then we won't be able to pronounce it. It'll be very avant-garde. It'll be very interesting to try to refer to him as X, formerly Elon Musk. Brought to you by Bobo. Yeah. And if you're on the Discord, you can get photos of Bobo. He is not here. I was looking for him to see if he was here. He is not here right now. If he comes by, I will put him up on the camera. But yeah, go to the Discord. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me what you're feeling. And drop silly fan art. Put memes in there. Tell me what you think his name would be and what it would look like if he changed it to a letter or a symbol of some sort so that we couldn't pronounce it anymore. He thinks it's funny. The Caecius Maximus thing. He changed his name to Caecius Maximus, and he thinks it'll be funny because then the CNN news anchor will report on it and say, and when they put his tweets up on screen, it won't say Elon Musk. It'll say Caecius Maximus. He thinks this is awesome. He is a 13-year-old with 4chan poisoned brain. I don't know how, what is he, like 53, 54, 55, something like that? I don't know how 50-year-olds get poisoned and revert to a 14-year-old on 4chan. But maybe that's where he was born. Maybe that's where he grew up. I don't know. The oligarchs are formerly known as Musk. Yeah. And then his sock puppet account, Adrian Dittman, started liking that tweet and talking about, ha, it's going to be so funny. Smiley face. And you're like, we know it's you, dude. We know it's you. When my Blue Sky posts get 1 heart, it's me. Okay? I think we all know that. When someone tells Elon on X that he's a super genius, odds are it's him. So, yeah, what are we looking at? So let's look at the news. Trump asked why he changed his mind on H-1B visas. That's a difficult word to say. And we know the answer is money, but what did he say? Let's see. President-elect Donald Trump was asked by a reporter on Tuesday night at his New Year's Eve party, why'd you change your mind on H-1B visas? And he responded, I didn't change my mind. Oh, see, there you go. Amazing. I love that. He didn't change his mind. He's always been at war with Eurasia. You see, he's always been in favor of them, and he's always been against them. You can look up facts that said, where he said that they are not a good idea and that they are harming American workers, but he's always been in favor of them. Some 1984 shit going on. He doesn't care. It doesn't matter what he says. It doesn't matter what he said in the past. He's always been at war with Eurasia, and we've always been at war with Eurasia, and there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, and how would you argue? Whatever he says right now is what has always been true. It doesn't matter if it directly contradicts what he said last week. It doesn't matter. That makes no difference at all. He's always been in favor of H-1B visas. Blah, blah, blah. We already know all this. What people are saying, blah, blah, blah. What happens next? Trump's inauguration. Oh, okay. It's important to note that Trump has always balanced his populist rhetoric with policies that appeal to business interests. The H-1B program is valued by many industries for bringing skilled labor, and Trump may not be trying to maintain support from the business community while framing his stance as pro-growth and beneficial to the U.S. economy. Whether this creates lasting friction with his base will depend on how effectively he communicates the economic benefits of H-1B visas in a way that aligns with the MAGA vision. This means how often he lies to them and if they believe it. That's a really long way to say he's going to lie and they're going to eat it up. because they don't care what's real. They don't care what's true. They just accept the lies that they want to accept and reject the lies they want to reject. It's a very good stance for him to have. Donald Trump is Schrodinger's politician. If you are for H-1B visas, so is he. If you're against H-1B visas, so is he. It's amazing how that works. Isn't it grand how he can just be on all sides of all issues all the time? He is in the box. He is alive and dead at the same time. He was for abortion before he was against it. He was a Democrat, and he was at Chelsea Clinton's wedding. But he hates the Democrats. You see, he can be on whatever side you want. That's the great thing about him. He has no principle. Don't worry. He agrees with you no matter what. So just pick whatever you think is true. And Donald Trump also thinks that's true. But Waldo, you're just taking him out of context. Yeah, exactly. He was taken out of context. I've got some visual aids back here that I'll put together here in just a few minutes. We're going to have a arts and crafts stream. Yeah. Isn't that fun to look forward to? We're going to have some arts and some crafts here in just a minute. Let's keep looking at the headlines, and then I will rant and get those out. And I hope they actually work. I might look like an idiot playing with Play-Doh, but we're gonna see. We're gonna check it out. We're gonna try and do something interesting. What is this? Yeah, we're gonna wait for that one. Let's look at this. Mike Johnson. So Mike Johnson, Pastor Mike Johnson. I talk about him a lot. He could lose the House Speaker vote. That would be silly, but it wouldn't be impossible. If no one quickly wins the gavel, certification of President-elect Trump's victory could be delayed. So remember Jan 6th? That's an important date. You heard about it in the past. That's the day they would certify the election. If there is no Speaker of the House on January 6th, which is 5 days away, no one can do that. The new House of Representatives meets for the first time on Friday. But before lawmakers can do anything else, they must elect a speaker. It's no easy task, given Republicans' razor-thin margin and internal divisions. Even though President-elect Donald Trump has thrown his support behind incumbent Mike Johnson, it is far from certain that Johnson will be able to secure the votes needed to keep the gavel. And the stakes are high. If Republicans can't swiftly unite to install Johnson or another person as speaker, could be anybody, the ensuing chaos could prevent Congress from functioning and, if the drama drags on long enough, potentially threaten Trump's ascension to the presidency on January 20th. In that admittedly far-fetched scenario, 91-year-old senator from Iowa would become the president instead. Chuck Grassley could be president on January 20th if they don't get a Speaker of the House. Now, that's shockingly unlikely, but it would be funny, wouldn't it? It's terribly unlikely to happen, but I would laugh a lot. It would be very entertaining, and it would be fun to watch. And that's what matters in politics. Everybody knows that running the country is for nerds. Everybody knows that passing laws is some nerd shit, and nobody likes it. The reason you do get into politics is because of all the drama. You're a drama hound. You know, you love all the drama. From the money raising and the fundraising and the promises and the dinners and the elections and the election night speeches, and then the post speech, the post election where you get to challenge it and you go to court and you stand in front of the cameras. That's the point of politics. I think that is the point of our government, to have a lot of fun doing drama. Not like you have to pass laws or govern the country or anything like that. Nah, that's just shit. Not important. Nobody cares. Nerd shit. Let the interns take care of that. We're not doing that. Donald Trump is here for the drama, and he is going to be here for the drama, and it's going to be fun, and we're going to get to watch. So that's going to be a good time. Unlikely that Mike Johnson won't get the win. But and Matt Gaetz is gone. And Matt Gaetz was the guy who got rid of the last speaker. So Maytag is still there, though. Marjorie Taylor Greene, good old Maytag. Maytag might throw some gum in the works. She might gum this whole thing up. She might try to flex her muscles. You've seen her do chin-ups. It's very impressive. She might try to flex her muscles to get some sort of, what's the word? Not contention, compensation, something along those lines. She might try to get something for her and her ego. And she might withhold her vote, or vote for Elon Musk, or vote for somebody else, or vote for herself until they concede to her something important, or some sort of win for her before she votes for him, just because she knows that it's time sensitive and it's got to be done before January 6th. And it's definitely got to be done before January 20th, because that would be a bit of a mess. I don't expect that to happen, but we're going to watch for it to happen. If it does, God, that's going to be fun to watch. Let's look at the next thing. Oh, hey, look, we've got some terrorism. How would you guys like to look at some terrorism? Here, let's check on terrorism. We've got fireworks, gas tanks, and a camping fuel used in Tesla Cybertruck explosion outside Las Vegas Trump Hotel. So this one seems that authorities believe fireworks, gas tank, and camping fuel were connected to a detonation system controlled by the driver in the Tesla Cybertruck that exploded outside a Trump hotel in Las Vegas Wednesday morning. The incident is being investigated as a possible terrorist act, according to the law enforcement official who had been debriefed on this investigation. Yeah, that's what it seems like. The person who set off this thing did it on purpose, and they died inside that car. There is one deceased individual inside the Cybertruck, and I don't know whether it's male or female at this time. So somebody thought that this would be a symbol of protest, and that's what this is. This is a protest. That's what this is. Remember the guy last year that set himself on fire while screaming "Free Palestine"? This is it again. This is anti-Elon, anti-Trump protest. And we might get more of these as people feel that regular protest doesn't work anymore. Regular protest won't get the message across. People won't pay attention to it. I don't even think this will get paid attention to past tomorrow. But I think more of this will happen, and on a larger scale. Not happy about that, but it wouldn't surprise me. What do we got? Trump to hold DC rally? No, we're going to skip that right now. Where was the other terrorism one? There's the other terrorism one. The death toll rises to 15 after driver targets Bourbon Street crowd. FBI says suspect didn't act alone. The suspect, identified as a U.S. Army veteran, drove a truck into a crowd, and ISIS flag was found in the truck. So in New Orleans, this guy smashed his truck into a crowd of people, harming them. 15 people were killed and 35 more were injured. So this is not good either. This is more terrorism. This guy, however, was an Army veteran who, we're not sure why he did it, but he was carrying an ISIS flag. And what is he protesting? Yeah, kind of. If you kill civilians while carrying an ISIS flag, you're doing a protest. It's a violent protest. I don't like it, and I really wish you hadn't done it. But it is a protest. We have to recognize that these are protests. What is he doing and why? Could he just be a crazy person? Entirely possible. Is he doing it for some sort of political statement? I think that's more likely. But Donald Trump, being the absolute fucking moron that he is, said, when I said that the criminals coming in are far worse than the criminals we have in our country, that statement was constantly refuted by the Democrats and the fake news media. But it turned out to be true. The crime rate in our country is at a level that nobody's ever seen before. Our hearts are with all of the innocent victims and their loved ones, including the brave officers of the New Orleans Police Department. The Trump administration will fully support the city of New Orleans as it investigates and recovers from this act of pure evil. The person who did this wasn't from outside. He wasn't a criminal coming in. He was born in Texas. He wasn't a criminal coming in from somewhere else. He wasn't a immigrant. He was born in Texas and served in the Army. But does that matter to Donald Trump? No, it doesn't. Anything that's wrong, he can just blame. Anything that goes badly, he can just say, oh, the immigrants did it. Oh, the bad people did it. Oh, the people outside did it. And his fans will believe it. They will accept it. They like that narrative, so they will adopt it. The suspect is an Army veteran, born in America and carrying an ISIS flag. In general, the president-elect should probably wait until they know what happened before deciding which group to demagogue. And that's a good point. Don't blame criminals coming in or humans crossing the border when this guy didn't cross the border to get here. He was born here. And crime is down. And crime is down. Yeah. Turned out to be true. The crime rate in our country is at a level that nobody's ever seen before. No, it's not. It's down. Crime is lower than it has been in the past, but he doesn't need that. He doesn't want you to know that. He doesn't want you to feel that way. He doesn't want you to think that. He needs you to be afraid. He needs you to believe that they're coming to get you. He needs you to worry that you're in trouble. Let's see, what else we got? We've got New Hampshire's governor thinks Elon Musk is too rich for conflicts of interest. This is just special. He's too rich, you guys. He's so rich he doesn't care about money anymore. Oh, come on. Hang on.
In terms of the political aspects of what he wants to do on the Hill, and he has outsiders. And as much as people say, well, Elon is a billionaire outsider. First, I don't mind that they're billionaires. I like people that are successful. What's the difference whether they're a billionaire or broke? I'd rather have someone successful. And I like that it's an outsider and an engineer and not a politician and not looking for anything out of the game.
He's not that much of an outsider. In fact, one of the criticisms and the concerns is that he has billions of dollars tied up in government contracts. You don't see a conflict of interest here?
Everyone has a conflict of interest.
But that's like a pretty big one.
The guy's worth $450 billion as of today and this month. So I don't think he's doing it for the money. He's doing it for the bigger project and the bigger vision.
He's not doing it for the money, you guys. He's not doing all these government contracts for the money, for the millions upon millions we give him. That's not why he does it, okay? He's better than that. He's better than you. He doesn't need that money because he's rich. You see how all this makes sense. If you don't think about it, it does make sense. But I thought about it, and it doesn't make sense. So I guess that's the problem. I'll get to that when we get to the visual aids here in just a minute. But yeah, he's so rich, he doesn't care about money anymore.
Of America. He doesn't need the dollars.
He doesn't need those dollars. You see, he doesn't need them. He's doing all of this out of the kindness of his heart. So why doesn't he pay more taxes? Why does he fight tooth and nail to fight taxes against a raise in taxes? If he doesn't need the money, if he doesn't need all those dollars, shouldn't he give them away? Shouldn't we just eat him? He doesn't need any of this stuff. He's not doing it for the money. He's doing it out of the kindness of his heart. Then he wouldn't mind giving away millions of dollars in taxes, paying for health care for lots and lots of people, buying houses for homeless people. He doesn't need the money, remember? That guy's a simp. You're right. Am I allowed to say that on Twitch? I might not be able to. I forgot. Why are you withholding these aids? What are you hiding? Show us your aids, you tease. I know. That's to keep you excited and watching the stream, KPP. I have visual aids. It means I have aids in my eyes. No. I'm going to create some Play-Doh sculptures here in just a few minutes. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. We have to get to that part of the stream first. I'm laying the groundwork, you see. And I'm baiting you. I'm enticing you. I'm teasing you to stick around. Is it working? It seems like it's working. That's how you become famous and an important person on the YouTube and the streaming world. Is tease people. Let them know what's coming. And burp into the microphone. That's also very important. Yeah. This guy's awful. He is just the worst. And there is a war on. And it is between the rich and the poor. And sometimes it's the rich and the other rich. They war amongst themselves all the time. But they are trying to confuse you. They're trying to befuddle you. They're trying to trick you into fake social wars, not social wars. What's the word for it? Not social. Social issues, demographic wars. No. It's the culture wars. They're trying to trick you into fake culture wars. I was promised a Plato segment. It was a play on words the whole time. It's going to be philosophy segment. Yeah, it is going to be philosophy with Plato. Plato and Play-Doh. It's going to be both, KVP. It's going to be great. Plato's Plato Corner. Now, there's a YouTube idea, isn't it? Plato. You read the works of Plato, but you use Play-Doh to animate it. I'm just saying that you can have that idea for free as long as you mention me and link to my videos or something like that. He's doing it for the political power. Yeah, he is. Money is power in our system. Elon is doing this so he can have political power because he already has a lot of money. He has money and he's used that money to buy political power. And now Chris Sununu, that governor you just saw there, was he a senator? I don't remember. He's not important. Is absolutely on board for the shit. He loves it. This guy right here, Sununu, loves the idea of being bought. He loves it. God, he wants Elon to come give him a bunch of money. He would roll around in it. He would just get filthy with all that Elon dosh. He would take all that Elon money and just roll his filthy body in it. It would be obscene, the things he does with all that Elon money. And he's in charge of the government. I think he is the governor of a state or something. What is he? He's what is Chris Sununu? New Hampshire governor. There you go. He is the governor of New Hampshire. And he needs money. Okay. Times are hard. I know that you have it hard in chat. Everybody has it hard. I have it hard. Everybody has it really difficult. It's difficult to live out there. And the governor of New Hampshire is no different. He needs money. Okay. Not making ends meet there in New Hampshire. Okay. This one just made me happy. He's so silly. And what was I complaining about? Yeah, there's a war on. The rich want to take from you everything they can until we stop them. And they will take from you until we make them stop. I'm suggesting we make them stop through polite means within the government. Write a law, says you can't take no more. Write a law, says you have to pay more taxes. Write a law that says there's a wealth cap. And if you hit that cap, we tax you some more. I just blew out the microphone that way. I don't know. That was exciting. Careful. Hope I didn't deafen anybody. Yeah, wealth cap, wealth tax, all good ideas. I'm on board. Let's do it. But that's socialism, and then everybody gets mad at me, yells at me, calls me a bunch of names when I suggest it. But not you guys, not you cool guys in chat. So, is there anything else I needed to talk about tonight before I get to the main event? Ooh, yeah, there is actually. Okay, one more. See, I'm teasing you. Getting you all hot and bothered. But Waldo, I might be a billionaire one day. I have to protect my interests. Yeah, no, you're not. I hate to remove this thought from you. You are not going to be a billionaire someday. Most of them are born with wealth. So if you weren't already born into wealth, you are not going to be a billionaire. If you weren't already born into the billionaire class, you are not going to become one. Shinsinto, yeah, and now he's crying. Everybody, I'm sorry. I'll talk to you after the stream. I really do. Should have broken that news to you in a nicer way. I apologize. If you're also in chat and you just found out that you're not going to become a billionaire, please let me know. Please cry into chat and and then you can go to the Discord and tell me about it. Go on over to the Discord right there. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me what you're feeling. look at the fun Bobo, the baby bark boy pictures. And he is not here at the moment. Or going on over to YouTube. There's the YouTube link right there. Hop on over there. You can watch old videos. You can watch the videos that I put out every week. I take all these streams and I chop them up into very small bits and then put them up on the YouTube as YouTube videos. It's very fun. If you miss out, you can go there and watch one. I'm Rich Bitch. KBP's Rich. There you go. See? He just got a triple the bet. Oh my God. And if you're in chat, you can do exclamation point gamble 100, and you can gamble. You can do exclamation point slots to play the slots. You can do exclamation point points to see how many points you have. KBP is running away with it. The man has got to be stopped. Okay. You have so many points. I'm going to have to start taxing you. Okay. You understand me? Killer Mac has 275 points. That's fun. So you get 5 points every time you chat, or you can play the slot games to get more. KBP is addicted to them. KBP has so many. I'm going to take some from him and give them to you, Killer Mac, because I am a socialist. You understand? That's what I'm going to do. And you lost 50 points. Sorry, boss. I'm a horrible, nightmare, terrible socialist. So I am going to steal. I'm going to tax some of KBP's points and give them to Killer Mac. So that's what I will do. Not right now because I don't remember the commands for it, but there are commands for it. I'll take some away and give them to someone else. Because I'm a socialist. That's what I do. That's what we do. We tax and we redistribute the wealth. Yeah, exactly. In my pleasure, man. I'll redistribute those points as necessary, and then we'll work hard to make sure that no one is point deprived or point starved. You know, we got to keep the point economy flowing. You know, you can't just stash it all up at the top like KBP's doing. It's got to flow. The points must flow. The spice must flow. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so what else was in the news tonight? Trump holds a DC rally on January 19th, the day before his inauguration. I don't know why he's doing this, but I would love to hear your conspiracy theories. Why would he do a pre-inauguration rally? If we start from the most banal and boring explanation, the reason is that he's just wants to have a little party. Okay. He's going to hold a rally type event on January 19th at the Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C., just ahead of his inauguration, according to multiple sources familiar with the planning. Capital One Arena, home of the Washington Wizards basketball team, Washington Capitals hockey team, can hold approximately 20,000 attendees. Yeah, and he wants to hear people cheer for him while he lies to them, sure, but he gets to do that on the inauguration day too. He's arranging another assassination attempt to solidify his backstory. Maybe he's doing something like that, put in the history books forever and ever. Maybe there's some conspiratorial things going on. Maybe he just wants to. The most boring is that he just wants to lie to the people and he wants to have a good time. He loves standing in front of the crowd. He is a literal clown. He got crazy hair. He's got a painted face. His clothes don't fit, and he loves to stand in front of the crowd and tell jokes. He is a literal clown. Maybe he just wants to be up on the stage one more time, just as an encore, kind of a celebration, maybe. But then you go up in conspiratorial thinking, and maybe he wants those 20,000 people there. Then those 20,000 people will show up to the inauguration the next day. I can't imagine you being at his rally on the 19th, but not going to his inauguration in the same city on the 20th. Especially if you traveled to be there. You'll go to both. And then he'll count them twice. This just could be a double count of his supporters to claim that he had more supporters at his inauguration than he actually did. There will be 20,000 people there, but he'll count the 20,000 from yesterday and call it 40,000. Maybe that's his plan. I'm not entirely sure. He will combine those two numbers from the 19th and the 20th into one number. He will add those together to make one larger number. so that he doesn't get this small amount of people at the inauguration, because that made him feel bad last time. You could look at photos of Trump's inauguration versus Obama's inauguration and see that he got way less people. Like, you could just do that. The arithmetic exists. Photos exist. You can compare them. Crowd size science is a real science, and they can measure those things. That upsets him greatly. This very much insults him. He is unhappy about the fact that he had fewer people than Obama, because he thinks he's better than Obama, obviously. You just look at them. So it could just be something as petty as that. But then you go up one more step into the conspiratorial, and I get my hat on, and he's planning something. He's got some sort of excitement planned. He's got some sort of pre-inauguration, not riot, but like demonstration planned. And his fans come there and then make a bunch of noise and make a bunch of mess. And then he says, hey, you need to stop. You need to settle down. I'm in charge. We're doing this peacefully. Or he doesn't want it to go peacefully. If we go ratchet that conspiracy theory up one more, he doesn't want a peaceful transfer. He needs it to be spicy. He needs it to be exciting. He needs some violence somewhere, and the Dems aren't going to give it to him. He wants a violent takeover, and the Dems aren't going to give it to him. So he's going to have his people show up and counter protesters, in quotation marks, that he's setting up his own false flag. You know, his protesters his rally will be there, and a fake counter protester hired by Donald Trump or some lunatic or one of his cronies will be there to wreck the place, to start firing into the crowd, to start attacking Trump fans, so that he can look into the camera and be like, Antifa did this. Antifa is here. That man is wearing black. He's in black bloc. That's an Antifa general. That is an Antifa super soldier. Oh, sorry. I got to do the Trump voice. That is an Antifa super soldier. You see, they came here from the charred out husk of what was the city that got Minneapolis? From the charred out husk of Minneapolis, the destroyed city. They came here in black bloc. Antifa super soldier started attacking my crowd. This is exactly why I have to enforce martial law. That's why we need the Jan 6 the Jan 6 prisoners to be released immediately, and we'll turn them into a new military force that reports only to the president. We'll give them all matching brown shirts, and then they will do exactly as I say, and then we'll have them round up the illegals, and they will be the law. That's worst case scenario. I don't have any evidence that that's happening, but I'm going to be watching just in case it does. He's going to give them Gen 6 Patriot Super Serum. These Jan 6 Patriots are going to get the highest, most powerful version of Super Serum that we have. We're going to give it to them, let them become super soldiers. We'll give them matching brown uniforms. They can go and round up all the immigrants. They'll carry them out on their backs. We won't need trains. All the Dems all the liberals are upset about trains. They're upset about putting all the immigrants on trains. So we'll just have them carry them. Yeah. Autocorrect. Gotcha again. Sucker. Okay. All right. What is... So yeah, hit me up. Tell me what you think is going to happen. I'm going to be watching on the 19th for something crazy to happen. Even if it isn't an evil plot, an evil Machiavellian scheme by idiots, there might still be counter protesters there. And then shit gets ugly. What if there is counter protesters there? Will things go wrong? Will the counter protesters attack the MAGA fans? Will the MAGA fans attack the counter protesters? Will it be a fucking melee? What happens if it is? He will become more authoritarian, is what I think he will do. I think he wants shit to go wrong so that he can blame Joe Biden. He can point at the counter protesters. He can point at anybody he wants and become more authoritarian than he already is and is already promising to be. I'm going to report live for you. Yeah, you by all means, KBP. If you're there taking photos, I'll post them up. You're going to get your own field reporter. I would love that, KBP. If you're there, I would love to see it. If you're nearby, swing by there, see what's going on. We can. I'll live stream if you know how. I would gladly live stream you. I don't know how to do all that stuff, and I know that there's a whole backpack set up and things like that, and the guys with their phones and their cameras and their things and the radio antennas coming out of their backpacks and shit like that. The live streaming setup is difficult, but if you are just there with your phone and you want me to live stream it, I would. That would be fun. That would make people watch. You know, I would benefit from that greatly. So I appreciate that. Hit me up. Let me know if you're actually going to do that. Let me take a moment. There's a puppy dog right here. You can see him. Look, he's right here at the bottom of your screen. Right here. You see him? There's a puppy dog right there. There's a puppy dog. I'm going to grab him and we're going to have a bubble break. Okay, ready? Go. Look, it's Bobo, the baby bark boy. Hello, Bobo. You want to look at the camera? Look, right there. Yeah. Say hi. You're a mop. Did you know that? You are a mop. You have entirely too much hair, and you're very furry. It's too long. We need to cut it because you are a mess, and you look shaggy. Say hello to the people. Hello, people. Tell them that you bark at fireworks all night long on New Year's Eve. Yeah, that's what you do. Yeah. Okay. Go play. And he's going to climb onto his chair. He's got his own reclining chair right here that he sits on. And usually he just stares at me as I talk to no one. He doesn't comprehend how the internet works. KBP, we love you, Bobo. Thank you very much, KBP. Yeah, he doesn't quite understand how the internet works, so he thinks that I'm just talking to myself. He doesn't get it. I've tried to explain to him how internet packets work, and he just does not get it. He's not getting it. You know, we're gonna have to start something similar, like not pooping on the floor, but he can't figure that out either. So what are we doing? Oh yeah. Okay, I'm gonna get my visual aids. TTS visual aids. I wonder how long that would take. TTS visual aids.
Visual aids.
That's right. AIDS. That kind of AIDS. I'm going to give you visual aids. That's right. It only affects your eyeballs. It's very complicated. So let's start by reading this bit of news right here. Let's close that one and bring up this one. Trump voters are in for a rude awakening. He sold them countless, often conflicting fantasies. In 2025, he'll face political reality. This was written by, who wrote this? He's very wrong. Robert McCoy. Sorry, Robert McCoy, you're very wrong. Let's read how wrong you are. In 1987 book, The Art of the Deal, Donald Trump let readers in on a promotional strategy of his. I play to people's fantasies, the real estate developer wrote, by insisting that a project is the biggest and the greatest and the most spectacular. It's a tactic Trump has also employed in his political career, most effectively in this election cycle, when many voters were drawn to him based on perceptions of his second-term plans that had little to no basis in reality. Consider these archetypal dispatches from the 2024 campaign trail. A lot of people are happy to vote for Trump because they simply do not believe he will do many of the things he said he will. That's not Trump voice. Who said that? An October New York Times campaign notebook entry observed. The following week, the Washington Post noted for prospective Trump voters, some read between Trump's lines about how he would govern while others disregard parts of his past or present platform. This is what I was saying a minute ago. If they like it, they hold on to it. If they don't like it, they ignore it. Or they make up their own ideas about what it actually is or what he actually meant. It's impossible to know whether or not he's trolling, joking, being serious, or just trying to rile up the media, because you don't know what it is, which it is. There was the phenomenon Paul Krugman, the retiring Times columnist, dubbed Trumpstalgia, which could just as well have been Trumpnesia. Most Americans are undoubtedly better off than they were 4 years ago, he wrote in May, but for reasons that still remain unclear, many seem disinclined to believe it. There's that word that I really dislike. Believe. That is the problem. In other words, for many, Trump was whoever they wanted him to be. A choose-your-own candidate. Voters projected their wishes onto his candidacy, regardless of his stated policy program. They remembered positive aspects of his presidency and either memory hold the negative parts or simply didn't blame him for them. But Trump's rhetorical slipperiness made this possible. His relentless lying, flip-flopping, and vagueness about his plans made it difficult to pin him down, thereby attracting voters from both sides of certain issues. Rob is correct so far. Robert McCoy here, the writer, is correct so far. He's about to become wrong, though. We already know all this. Once he enters the realm of concrete policy, Trump will very likely face some degree of backlash. This happens with any new administration. According to the well-demonstrated theory of thermostatic politics, public opinion tends to move in the opposite direction of policy. But if Trump grossly overestimates his electoral mandate and tries to implement his most extreme ideas, the backlash could be historically fierce. No, it won't. No, I don't think it will. Recall how the barbarity of Trump's first-term immigration agenda elicited widespread outcry. Now imagine if his 2025 plans for mass deportation are enacted. The Washington Post, Aaron Blake, writes that while recent polls show Americans divided evenly, or sometimes leaning in favor of deporting most or all undocumented immigrants, respondents who approve of deportations often also support the much more popular solution of providing them a path to citizenship. Additionally, and this doesn't prove anything. Let me get to the part where he's really wrong. It was down to here. Okay. Throughout 2024, the irreconcilable contradictions of Trump's proposals and promises were wrinkles that he could be smoothed over with rhetoric. As president, he'll have to face them head on, as William A. Galston wrote in Wall Street Journal last month. While Trump is an untraditional president, voters will judge him on a traditional measure, his ability to deliver on the promises that propelled him to a second term. Tensions among these promises will complicate his task. No. Wrong. His voters, his supporters, will not judge him on a traditional measure or his ability to deliver on the promises that propelled him to a second term. They will believe what they want to believe. According to this article, Trump's words in The Art of the Deal: you can't con people, at least not for long. You can create excitement. Oh, wait, this is actually Trump. You can't con people, at least not for long. You can create excitement. You can do wonderful promotion and get all kinds of press. You can throw in a little hyperbole, but if you don't deliver on the goods, people will eventually catch on. Trump has proven in business and politics that he can con people for a very long time. But come 2025, when he's confronted with the reality of governing, and one can only hope a reinvigorated opposition, Trump may finally be exposed to his newfound supporters as the huckster we've long known him to be. You are very wrong. Robert McCoy. When confronted with the reality of governing, Trump will be exposed to us as an idiot who doesn't know what he's doing, but his fans won't care. They will love it. They will have a good time with it because they are believers. And that drives me into the rant with the visual aids. This is wishful thinking, if you ask me. Trump fans want to believe, and that means they will believe. The author of this piece is failing. He's falling into a common trap that the left-leaning individuals often fall into. The trap is that he thinks people on the right want to think and know things. They don't. They want to believe and feel things. Any economic pain they feel will be easily blamed on Bidenomics. Any failure to deport the immigrants will be blamed on the obstructionist Dems refusing to help with Trump's unstoppable mandate. Any bad news will be blamed on the lamestream media, which is bought and paid for by the Dems. Now, none of that is true, but they will feel like it is, and so they will believe it. Thinking is not believing, and believing is not thinking. They are two different modes your brain can operate in. Doing too much of one will leave you with the inability to do the other. If you think too much, you will stop believing. This often leads to cynicism, nihilism, and apathy, all of which I struggle with. If you believe too much, you will stop thinking. This leads to religiosity, zealotry, and blind faith, all of which are taken advantage of by the powerful to lead the masses, usually to bad ends. The author of this article is correct when he talks about Trump misleading his fans and them believing him. But when their beliefs are challenged, very few of them will change their minds. They will simply tack on a new belief. Each individual within MAGA is a hodgepodge, amorphous blob of beliefs. I used to think that Pluto was a planet. Right? We all used to think that. The astronomers told me so. And since I don't own a telescope capable of seeing it, I trusted them. As telescopes got better and we got more evidence, those astronomers reassessed and said that Pluto did not fit the criteria to be a planet. It's still there, but they were just wrong in their initial measurements. And now I think that Pluto is not a planet. Was that a belief? Did Waldo believe Pluto was a planet? No. It was a thought because it was based on the best available data. When new, better data becomes available, I updated the thought. These thoughts helped me to better understand reality. There were people who, however, do you remember when this happened? There were people who were very angry that Pluto was no longer a planet. They were all over the news. They were griping. They were complaining on the internet. Never forget what they did to Pluto. See, Killer Mac is very angry about Pluto right now. See? There were people very angry about Pluto. They really were. They were upset. They were emotional. They had a reaction to it because they live in a belief mindset. The belief mindset is more reactionary, more emotional state of being. It is tied directly to a person's identity. They feel like they have been tricked or lied to, or worse yet, been lying to others. Imagine a fifth grade science teacher that has been teaching that Pluto was a planet for decades. Your mom thought I was big enough, said Pluto. Okay. I never heard of Pluto smack talk before, but okay. Fifth grade teacher, where was I? They're teaching that Pluto was a planet for decades. If they had a belief mindset, they would feel as if they had lied or misled thousands of children. This would harm their identity. So they would react by creating a new belief about how the science is wrong, or the traditional way was better, or things can't change from being a planet to not being a planet. Those college professors just have too much time on their hands, and they'll change it back in a few years just to stay in the press. Belief is about avoiding reality. If that same science teacher had a thinking mindset, They would be excited by the new evidence and share the new data with the students to also get them interested, spurring on new thoughts that need more investigation, creating more questions, and more excitement to find those answers. Hey, did you guys see the news about Pluto? It's not quite a planet anymore. We got all this new data. We got all this new images. We got this new measurements. Look at all this new cool stuff. And they would think about those things, and it would lead to more questions, more thoughts. Thinking is about confronting reality. I would compare thinking mindset to computer software. It needs to be updated regularly. Is it perfect? No. Does it have flaws and exploits? Sure. Will it ever be complete? No. But we recognize it and try to update the software with new information and new processes. New file structures get implemented. When a flaw is found, it's patched with the best ideas we have, with the best data that we have at the moment. And if later we find out that patch is incorrect, we delete it and add a new one. If we find out more new information about Pluto, we will add it. And that's good. That's better. The belief mindset is more like a big multicolored ball of Play-Doh. It's about avoiding reality so that when an unacceptable truth comes near it, the believer adds another blob to soften the hard truth. So let's get our Play-Doh out. Where is it? Here we go. All right. Here is the conservative brain. See it? I'm not suggesting that they have small brains. This is simply all the gray clay I had. So here is the brain. Okay. Here's the brain of a believer. Generally, that's going to be a conservative type. So if you were to, tell them the truth about Donald Trump losing the 2020 election, they would invent, here's the hard truth. Hang on. Here it is. The hard truth right here is that Donald Trump did not win the 2020 election. They know this. They're very upset by this. They don't like this. He lost 2020, but what they're going to do is create a new little belief, right? So this is a belief right here. This is a belief. They're going to add a little bit of belief right there that says, you know what? He didn't win, but those votes got flipped by Venezuelan ghost of Hugo Chavez. The dead ghost of Hugo Chavez flipped those votes. And then it's not quite enough. So they're going to create another belief. You see, they're going to make another little belief. And that belief is going to be about, bamboo DNA. Remember the bamboo DNA that was in the votes in the ballots? So they're going to make some bamboo DNA. So that was a thing too. So they don't have to believe that Donald Trump won because there was the bamboo DNA, obviously. And then remember the Dominion voting machines? Yeah. The Dominion voting machines. Those were clearly broken and they cheated. So they're going to add a little bit of belief. They're just going to add another belief on top of there that says Dominion voting machines. Then they're going to add another one for, what else was there? There was, the Sharpies. Remember the Sharpies? So there's Sharpies as well. So the Sharpies are going to go over here on top of the brain. So the Sharpies are over here because the Sharpies were bleeding through. And because they were bleeding through, it was causing the votes to be kicked out. And then they're going to add another belief about ballot curing. Remember ballot curing? They had ballot curing. So they're going to add ballot curing right on top of there. They're going to add ballot curing there. And then what else was there? There was, what was that last one? Midnight vote dumps. Remember the midnight vote dumps? So they're going to add the midnight vote dump right on top of there. So they're going to add midnight vote dumps. And see that hard fact of him losing has been softened. It's been glommed onto by all of these beliefs. And these beliefs make it easier for their brain to function. So they carry these beliefs around with them all day, everywhere. It's amazing. And this is just about those are only the beliefs that I can think of for the 2020 election. They have these things about Jan 6th, and then they have some about Obama. God, there's 1,000 about Obama. God, there's so many beliefs about Obama that the conservative brain has. There's a hair in that piece of Play-Doh, and it's freaking me out. So yeah, Obama has a bunch of things that they have beliefs about. He was born in Kenya, obviously, and even if you show them the birth certificate, they'll say, "Well, that's not a birth. That says certificate of live birth. It doesn't say birth certificate about Obama." So they have to add that belief on top too. So they add that belief on top. Then they have, and then they have a bunch more about like Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton killed 1,000 people, and she's got all this belief on top of here, and her beliefs are all up on there. And then they have a bunch about 9/11. I mean, good God, they have thousands of stupid beliefs about 9/11. So those are on top of there, and there's your 9/11 beliefs. All of that is just gumming up their brain. The brain is down here. It can't do any work because it has all this bullshit on top of it. It has all these beliefs on top of it. And these are just a few blobs from the past few years. There's more about the Iraq War, George W. Bush. There's blobs floating around here for decades in these people's brains. And that's even ignoring the giant, monstrous religion blob that the whole thing is floating on top of. Like, all of this is just floating on top of a big old blob of religion. Hey, kid. Working. Yep, go on. So, yeah, this is... all of this is floating around on the big, soft, blobby base of religion. Any hard fact that you try to deliver to this brain has to make it through all these beliefs before it will actually get to the brain. Any fact that you want to give them is slathered by these beliefs, which will conform around it and make it take on any shape that they feel like they want it to. So to drag this back around to the original story that Robert McCoy wrote, he says that Trump will face political reality. No, he won't. MAGA does not like your political reality. They will invent a belief to cover it up. Belief is a tool that a weak mind uses to avoid reality. And this is visual aids. I hope you enjoyed my visual aids, and I hope you wrapped it up. Wrap it before you tap it, so that you don't get visual aids. And even if you tried to change someone's mind, I have Thomas on here on occasion, and I will try and pick apart one of these ideas. And even if I manage to drag one of these beliefs off, he still has lots more. And the minute you stop talking to them, here's what happens. Maybe you're talking to a conservative type person at Thanksgiving. Maybe you can get them to convince them that Donald Trump actually didn't win. They'll put it right back the minute they're not talking to you. The minute you're not looking at them, the minute you're not pressuring them, the belief will just reform. It's a blob. It's a soft, smushy blob that does not, that is intended to avoid reality. So there we go. Visual aids. I know, aids. I'm going to put this away, and then I'm going to wash my hands because now I smell like Play-Doh and I hate it. Everybody in chat, discuss whether or not you like or hate the smell of Play-Doh. All of you have kids. So, Play-Doh. Yes on the smell or no? All right, I'm back. Hi. How's it going? How are you? You hate the smell. Okay, hate it. Killer Mac says meh to the smell of Play-Doh, but I really do dislike the smell and the feel. I missed one. Son of a bitch. And I touched it again. Now my hands stink again. Killer Mac is going to set up a bot to gamble 20 to 25 points every 5 seconds. I mean, you're on stream chat, so yeah, I'm fine with that. I mean, that's more, the algorithm is just going to think that people are chatting. So that's fine to me. 10 past 11, the brown shirts got Waldo. Yeah, they got me. I had to go wash my hands because I smelled like Play-Doh. I hate that smell. 10 past 11, thanks for coming in. Hey, thanks for hanging out. I just finished with my visual aids. I wonder if TTS is working. I wonder how long that will take.
Visual aids.
Hey, that didn't take too long. That's good. So that was my rant for tonight. I think that's all for the news. I think I'll start up a Vigi game right quick. But feel free to tell me what you're thinking, tell me what you're feeling. Try to use the TTS if you can. Now you have visual aids. That's true. Now you have visual aids. I'm sorry. Now you do. And there's nothing you can do about it. And sometimes you have visual aids too. Okay, well, we're spreading it around tonight. That's what we're doing. All right, I am going to start up Vampire Survivors because it's very fun. And I have not played the Castlevania DLC. Get my controller plugged in here. So yeah, what did you think about the visual aids portion of the show? Am I right? Am I wrong? Tell me what your, if it was awful, if I'm just a lunatic screaming into the void, please let me know. Go on over to the Discord and tell me what you're thinking and spreading it around tonight. That's what we do. We spread the aids around. Go on over to the Discord and tell me what you're thinking, tell me what you're feeling. Leave funny photos or memes about visual aids. Feel free to leave visual aids over on the Discord. Spread it over to the Discord too. And I'm going to get this game up and running. It is very bright and it's blowing out my face, but that's okay. Blowing out my face with visual aids. It's fine. It's good. Nothing could go wrong. Go computer. There it is. It's going. Oh, okay. Killer Mac, I figured out what was wrong with my computer. You know, were you here? You were here. You heard me talk about it with the Marvel Rivals. I think I've solved that problem. Not that I'm going to play Marvel Rivals right now because I can't really do a good job of it while streaming. I think my computer would crash and die. Let's sort out this. We go to webcam screen. I didn't hear what it was. Oh yeah. So I don't have enough RAM. You're going to laugh at me, but I have 4 sticks of 4 gig RAM, totaling 16. And that's not enough. And because it's not enough, Windows by default sends all the RAM requirements that it has to my hard drive. I know. But I don't have enough, and so it sends it to the hard drive, and the hard drive is bad at being RAM. I mean, obviously, it's a hard drive. That's not right. Oh, we got to turn that off. We're going to turn game capture on, and then we game capture Vampire Survivors. Boom. Finger flicks. There we go. And because my hard drive was doing the job of the RAM, it was doing a bad job and being slow. But we have taken care of that. And because there's a setting in Windows that you can go into the settings and change it to the solid state hard drive, which is better at pretending to be RAM because it's a solid state. So I did that, and now it works. And I got to play it the other day, and I tested it out, and I think it's going to be fine. Not that I could stream it because it just wouldn't do a very good job. So let's play a round of vampire survivors. Can I just go ahead and start with the Castlevania people? Is it a specific adventure I need to go on? Operation Guns. No. Where is... I've got all of that. Where do I go to get the thing? What are all those characters? I'm kind of a big deal, Killer Mac. I have lots and lots of extra characters that normal people don't have. Normal people aren't as good at this game as I am. Just kidding. Okay. Let's see if there's a new level where I can go to get the Castlevania people. There's not. How do I get Castlevania stuff? I don't know where they are.
I think I got up to the dog.
You got as far as the dog. Yeah. That makes sense. I don't like the dog. Sorry. He's not that good. Well, that's not going to do it. Collection. I got all 215 and 217. Where are the Castlevania people? Hang on. Did I install it? DLC. I thought I bought it. Maybe I didn't. Oh, no, I guess I didn't. Okay. We'll take care of that later. All right. We're going to quit that real quick. And turn on Halls of Torment instead. Halls of Torment. Here we go. Come on, computer. You can do it. I know you can. Go, go. Halls of Torment. There you are. Game capture. Halls of Torment. Bam. Why are you so small? Get bigger. Get better. That's it. All right. Okay. And where did I leave off here as well? Okay. We had a quest to do, and it is reach Agony 3 with the Warlock in the Ember Grounds. So, okay, we're going to grab the Warlock. He's probably already equipped with everything we need. Yes, 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 yes. He's got everything he needs. Agony 3 in the Ember Grounds. Now, that's over here? No. It's over here. Ember Grounds. Minus 10 minutes runtime. 50% spawn rate. I kind of want that. Spawns lava eruptions near you that damage both you and your enemies. Fuck it. Let's do lava. Hell yeah. Let's add some lava. Game's not hard enough already. Let's add some lava. So yeah, feel free to hop in the chat. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me what you're feeling. If you've got political questions, if you've got political ideas, if you've got some wacky thing that you want to talk about, let me know and we can talk about it. We've got, what spell do we want? This guy is a spirit kind of a guy, so we like Clay Golem. We like summonings. Area's good. Look at all that magma. Look at the lava. Range is good. Damage, sure. I did have a crazy idea. Okay, and it's still in its infancy, but there is a wild political idea. And somebody recently said to me that they went to a communist bar. And that made me think about weird thoughts. And I was like, well, what's a communist bar? What's a bar that's just for communists? Do you have to have like a card? Do they check your identification before you come in there? Do they ask you your favorite Marx quote before they let you into the bar? This confused me greatly. But then I started thinking about like beer halls from the 1920s and stuff like that. And that used to be a big thing that people went and did. You went to a beer hall, you know, and you met other people and you talked politics with them and they understood who you were and what was going on. We used to have these in America. There was like the American Legion or the Elks Lodge and things like that. And I think it could be a good idea moving forward to recreate those kinds of things. Give people a third place to hang out after work, but why don't we do that anymore? Well, we don't have any time, we don't have any money, and those things have to turn a profit, which is difficult. If you're almost giving away beer to your local card-carrying union members, you're not going to make a profit. And if you're not making a profit, you can't pay your rent, and if you're not paying rent, you're going to fail, and you're going to run out of money, and you're not going to have anybody that can work, and you're not going to be able to hire anybody. Well, you'd have to get volunteers to cut back on spending and stuff like that. So like something like the Elks Lodge, something like the American Foreign Legion. This is something along those lines is what I was thinking, where you sign up, you in an area, and you have to like live within so many miles of the place to even be allowed to go there. And then you sign up, you pay a due, you get almost cheap, but you get the cheapest beer imaginable. And then talk to people. Go there. What's stopping us from doing this? Well, you'd have to have a place to do it, and you'd have to pay rent, and you'd have to turn a profit, or else you're not going to make anything. And then the people don't go to these things anymore because they don't have time. I mean, after you're done with your horrible, difficult job, you have to, honestly, half of us have to go to a side hustle like YouTube or driving Uber or delivering burritos to people, to other poor people. Dry counties get around the blue laws by calling themselves members only clubs. Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking. At that members only club, you would sell them very, very cheap beer, and then they could all lament about the current state of events. This would get people to be a little bit more political, I think. And I think that might be a good idea. It would take away some of the isolation and loneliness and just separation we get from those kinds of things. Magma was a bad idea. I don't think I should have done the magma on this level. And once you do those kinds of things, you get people who see politics as a people-centered situation again. It's not some vast, terrible thing that has no effect on them. It affects the people that are there sitting at the bar drinking next to you. And then you have like free events, pancake night, where they all get to sign up to vote, and pancakes. Or sign up to register to vote and stuff like that. You register to vote, and we give you some spaghetti. That's what I'm thinking. Something along those lines. Do those things exist now? Yes, but nobody has time to go to them because we don't have any extra money floating around. Nobody does. And we all have to have a side hustle, and we all have to have a second job to make ends meet. So that was the wild idea. Feel free to add to it. Tell me what else you think about it. If it makes any sense, if I'm a lunatic, if I'm just describing a thing that already exists. It's entirely plausible as well. Nothing triggers dad brain quite like a slammed door. Even if it's an accident. And I know it was an accident. Still, triggers the dad brain, doesn't it? Spaghetti gets your vote. Exactly. And the NRA still kind of does this. The NRA, if you're an NRA member, you can host a meeting. And lots of people host those meetings from their house. And then 5 to 10 other NRA members will come over to your house and you'll all talk about how much you love guns. And then how you're going to vote on those guns. And see, Shinsinto, they're giving you the spaghetti, but what did Kamala Harris do any of that? Did the Dems do anything like that? No. Kamala Harris just sends that 7,000 emails a day begging you for $10 more. She's taken all the people out of it. The consultants don't care about you or your spaghetti dinner. They don't care about your beer hall. They don't care about you. They just need more money. They are on your side, and they're definitely going to... They paid Oprah to scream joy. Yeah, exactly. They pay Oprah, they pay Beyonce to not sing. They need you to chip in $10 more so we can get another celebrity to stand on stage and not do anything. What if we could do a better job? I'm losing this fight. The lava was a bad idea. We're going to quit. Return to camp. Yeah. They spent all their money driving Liz Cheney around the country and standing next to her. Nobody likes Liz Cheney. Nobody, not even the Republicans like her. Why are you using her as your guide? Why are you bragging about her being your friend? No one likes her. She could have put on spaghetti dinners. Honestly, that's the answer the Dems need. Why are they losing? They're not doing spaghetti dinners. They're not paying for beer halls to be built. And I know that giving people alcohol in exchange for their vote is an illegal act. But what you do is you pay for the beer hall to be built. And then have local people run it for nonprofit almost. Pay them for their time or have them volunteer. Not everything has to turn a profit. And then while they're filling up glasses and charging people $4 or less for a pint of beer, could you imagine that? Like $4 for a pint of beer. I could see that. Because you're basically just paying for what you're taking. That way the place breaks even at the end of the night. And you just talk to other people. Like the places that do exist that are like this, the Elks Lodge and stuff like that, you have community members, you have community standing. The what's it called? The American Legion was all made up of veterans and stuff like that. The VFW still kind of does this. So if you're a VFW, if you're a veteran of a foreign war, you get to go there and drink almost for free. And they talk to each other. They plan. They understand what the world is and what the political ramifications are for each certain situation. I want to say it was the American Legion that got the GI Bill passed, you know? Not because they thought it was nice, and they weren't, and it wasn't the Democratic joy that got the GI Bill passed. It was a bunch of veterans got together and said, this is what we want and we demand it. And if the people could do that at a beer hall while they're having a good time, I think that it would work. I think they could come together and have meetings and minutes, and it'll be like a union, slightly. But again, this is an idea in its infancy, and I don't know if it's any good and if it'll work, and I already see many flaws. with the entire process. Who's in charge? Who runs the minutes? Who gets to assist? Who gets to decide? Is there an election of even? Could it be like a co-op kind of bar? Can bars work as a co-op? Co-ops are complicated, and I don't understand them. I'm not a businessman, so it is confusing to me. Could you have volunteers? Could you just have certain people work there after hours but not be employed? It's a whole thing. And then taxes get complicated, and then whatever money they make has to be put on a payroll. It's a whole thing. It's like running a whole business, but on hard mode. Because then you still have to pay rent or some sort of mortgage to the place that you bought. See, I'm so talented, I can play Halls of Torment and push for socialism at the same time. I'm an Antifa super soldier. Thought I killed that guy already. Die, guy. Stupid gargoyle. I should become. Ooh, what if I just streamed the from the bar? I've seen people stream their workplace before. I don't want to run a bar, but I don't even know how. But yeah, I could stream the place as I'm working there. See, and then you could tip, and you could come in, you could visit. It's a big poop. Gonna kill it. Haha, dead poop. Come on. Need that magma flow to go in. There we go. What we got? We got Spark tips lightning or quick-handed gloves boost attack speed. I don't like either one of these. I like my gloves. Those gloves sucked. The gloves I have on are better. Bobo's chewing a bone on the floor. I'm not gonna bother him. Oh, hey, a boss. Where's he at? Oh, he's dead. Look at him. Yeah, dead boss. Okay, that didn't take long. Kind of a wiener. What do we got? Block strength and 50% health. Meh, don't like that. Cutting star, 30 attack speed, minus 20 movement speed. I hate this thing too. And I already have the Ring of Fire. So those all suck, and I hate them. Thank you. So yeah, over the next few weeks, that's what I'll do. I'll contemplate this community group idea. I'm not sure. What would I even call it? I'll look at the American Legion and stuff like that and see what they're called. And then could I honestly set limits on who's a member and stuff like that? I don't know. Nobody who makes over 100,000. Yeah, that's still middle class. Working class could be anywhere under 200,000. So yeah, nobody who makes over 200,000 a year allowed. Is that legal? Maybe. I don't have any idea if it is or not. And then what would we call it? We're going to need a name. I might have KBP come up with a name. The Poor People's Bar. The Socialist Beer Hall. Poor People's Association. I don't know. Just spaghetti. Just call it spaghetti. Just call it spaghetti. If I become a rich and famous streamer, that's what I'll do. If I become a rich and famous streamer, I'm making millions of dollars like what's his name, Hassan. I'll start up a socialist beer hall. You have to live nearby, sign up to be a member. You come in, you get $4 beer. We have spaghetti nights where we convince people to sign up to vote. And if you vote wrong, we socially shame you. Well, that's a big poop. Big poop. He's dead. Lots of little poops. $4 beer, guess I'm a commie now. Yeah, exactly. 10 past 11. That's what I'm telling you, man. This totally works. This is totally going to work. And then I'm tending bar. You can tell me what your problem is. You can lament to me about the man holding you down. Figuratively, not literally, but I mean, I'm on the West Coast, so if you tell me about the literal man holding you down, like I'll understand. I mean, I'm a progressive, honestly. So, what is that? Thunder Crown triggers chain lightning when hitting sparked foes with magic attacks. Okay, I actually might be able to use that. See if it works. Sounds like a good TV show. Yeah, and then I would stream the whole thing, right? Imagine that. We have a... I don't know if that would work. Could you do that legally? Socialist beer hall, $4 beers. You have to sign up to be a member, and then you can be there, and I'd have the camera pointed at the back of the patrons, at the bartender who's facing them. And then you could complain about the world. You could complain about the taxes. You could complain about somebody. You could say that fucking guy at the job, the boss is hurting me. The boss is keeping me down. It might be fun. And then people could watch, and then you would be regular people saying regular things, and then the Democrats would watch. All the both sides, the Republicans and Democrats, all of the people who are elected would watch, just to find out what the fuck we're thinking. They wouldn't tell us. They wouldn't say it, but they would have their aides watch it. They might have their interns watch it. Their interns would already be watching, but then their interns could be like, "Hey, listen. I was watching Waldo's socialist fucking beer hall last night, and this guy named 10 past 11 came in there, and he was just ranting and raving about this policy or that. The people really don't like that stance you took, Senator. The people really do like that other stance you took, Congressman. You know, that whole thing. I think this could work. Because they're not listening to you now. They are not listening to you now. They're not paying attention to you. The Dems just need you to give them money, honestly. Am I voting for them? Yeah, because I have to. I have a very simple voting strategy. During the primaries, you vote for the person that's furthest to the left. Then during the general, you vote for the person furthest to the left. Very simple. But what we need is for them to actually pay attention, know what we're talking about, listen in on us. And then, God, could you imagine the local politician would come by to Waldo's Socialist Beer Hall. And then the local mayor would be like, okay, I've got to stop by there. This becomes a campaign stop for the local mayor. And then he can talk to you. He could be there on a Tuesday, and then all the people who are members could be there and listen to him and yell at him and tell him what a bad job he's doing, or tell him what a good job he's doing, or tell him what he ought to be doing. Mini town hall, and we'll serve spaghetti. Done. For no dollars. And then whichever person is trying to get noticed in the primary would show up and say, hey, I sure would love to talk to you, the people here. And then they talk to the people there. And then maybe we live stream. Maybe we don't. I don't know. The idea of live streaming a bar filled with people who aren't live streamers sounds dangerous. Ugh, wrong one. Nice. Nailed it. Agony 3. Achievement achieved. Those we just need to finish this level. Where are we at? We're at 15 minutes. We got 15 minutes to go. Wow. It's a lot of stuff on screen. And I'm going to flex on the game real quick. Check my texts while... Ouch. What do we want? We want vitality. No. It's not as easy to flex on this game as it is Vampire Survivors. Oh, there's an item down here. Let's go get it. Digivolve those spirit warriors. Yup. Digivolved. Money all over the grounds. A fool left gold coins everywhere. Look at all those gold coins. Yeah, there's the arrow boss. See how long he lasts. Whoa. That got dangerous. There's a dead boss right there. Collateral damage, sure. What do we got? Green hat. I want the green hat. Thorn fists. When receiving damage 3 times. Crit over source. Nah. And rodent ring. Those are all terrible and I hate them. Here's a dead boss. Lightning strikes, Kugel Blitz, or Phantom Split. Let's do that. Digivolve to my needles a second time. $12 more minutes to go on this level. In a bucket. Hooray. Do I have anything to put in there? No, I don't. I don't have anything for the bucket, right? I can't put these in there. Not sendable. Yeah, it says not sendable. It's a bomb imp. Okay, let's dodge that. Don't get blown up. Oh, took a hit there. There was a Bobo, but then he left. Let's see if I can get him back to come over here. Come here, Bobo. Come here. Come here. Let's take a little Bobo break. Say hi to the people, Bo. Wow. There he is. Hi. He comes to visit me every now and then. Say hello. Hi. I'm Bobo, the baby bark boy. I love to poop on the floor. The game crashed. It really did. I didn't close it. I minimized and then I tried to bring it back up and it crashed. But that's okay because it's about the time I usually end stream anyway. And I got the achievement that I needed, which is good because I can still see it. Master Warlock right there on my achievement list. So let's call it off. Thanks for coming. I appreciate everybody who was here. If you want to talk about any old political thing, you can go to the Discord and do that. Discord. There's lots of people there. There's not lots of people there, but we're loving the bears. Can't wait to see the final form. Yeah. The beard final form. Yeah, it's going to go until about March. So we're going to keep going until March and see how it goes. So yeah, then I'll do at least one stream as Harry Dubois. It'll be a good time in the outfit. If you want to support that, you can do so at the YouTube page. You can go there, click the like button, click the subscribe button, click the bell button, and leave some hate comments in the comment section because YouTube is powered by hatred. Go there, spread some hatred, and it'll bump up my numbers, and I would appreciate that. So swing on by the YouTube page or the Discord. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me what you're feeling. Argue with somebody about politics there. Give me ideas for the Socialist Beer Club. Names, KBP, I'm looking at you. Give me a name for the place. Waldo's Socialist Beer Club, Beer Hall. Doesn't sound right, but give me a name for it. Give me any ideas on how it could actually work. Then we'll workshop it. And then someday, when I'm a rich, famous, and important streamer, I'll have the time and the money to create such a thing. And then the idea will spread, you know? And then we'll make some actual change in the world. Thanks for being here. If you liked my visual aids, let me know and I'll do more of that, but I don't know if I would. I don't know if I could. I'll come up with some ideas and I will turn that into a YouTube video on the YouTube link over the probably tomorrow or the next day. And I think that's it for me tonight. I will be back on Saturday. Today's Wednesday. I'll be back on Saturday at the normal time. Thanks for the stream, KB. Thanks for coming. Visual aids. Yes, exactly.
Visual aids.
There it is. So I'll be back on Saturday for the regular stream. And I think TTS seems to be working now. The changes I made for my computer made it better. So I will also work on getting some more RAM. 4 sticks of 4 gigs is clearly not enough. So I will try and get some more. And hopefully that will fix our problem with TTS. So in the meantime, yeah, I'll be back on Saturday unless the brown shirts kick in my door and drag me off to the gulag. So I'll see you then, hopefully. Thanks. Good night.